Hey, let's try this bottle of chocolate strawberry sunrise. This is a really special mead to me because we didn't just do chocolate strawberry sunrise. We took something that we've made once or twice in the past and we put it into a bourbon barrel for the very first time. So we use Arizona honey and strawberries and vanilla and cacao nibs, but the cacao nibs came from Colombia. And a friend of mine who actually introduced me to home brewing, he is involved with a project in Colombia where someone moved this production that they were doing of cacao nibs from Ecuador to Colombia, and they're helping a small local village actually do a couple of different things. One is create a source of revenue. Another is replacing what would otherwise be coca plants being planted with cacao nibs. So it's sort of a peace initiative, and they're growing sustainable cacao nibs under the canopy of the jungle in Colombia. And when you purchase something like that through fair trade practices and whatnot, you're making a difference along the way. And that's not something that we really spotlight so much in what we do at Superstition when it comes to different charitable things. But every once in a while, it's kind of cool to really talk about something that's special to me, and this is one of those things. I also happen to feel like it's one of the best expressions of chocolate that we have ever come up with. So let's pull a cork on this and see how it's tasting, because it's been a minute for me, and we'll make something, we'll do bench trials out at our production facility, we'll see how it's going. We'll try things during fermentation, after. We'll decide when they're ready to bottle or package. And the flavors are always changing. People commonly will ask me, hey, how long is this mead gonna be good for? Before I open it, after I open it? The honest answer, it depends on how we made the product or how another meadery made the product. Just kind of like wine and even beers. In general, the more alcohol that you have and the more sweetness, the better the product will resist oxidation, the better it's going to age. And of course, it's how you really store it. You want to have something stored generally below 70 degrees Fahrenheit, which kind of means put something in the cellar, keep it out of the sun. And if something has a cork, well, on a shelf, it's okay to stand it up for a little while. If you're actually going to age something for months or years, you want to have it lying down with a cork so the cork stays saturated, and that'll prevent oxygen from coming in and out. Also, when you open something for the first time, or even if you've had it before, it's good to aerate the product a little bit. This is going to help the mead inside the bottle open up. So when something is opening up, it's mixing with the oxygen in the air and the nitrogen, of course, and it's going to allow the volatile aromatic compounds to express themselves. And we have so many more receptors in our nose than we do in our mouth when we're tasting something, that it's actually what you're smelling is often going to be determining how something tastes to you. And I haven't even put my nose into this glass yet, and I can smell chocolate and vanilla and strawberry just jumping out of this glass. Wow. I mean, it smells like chocolate-covered strawberries. I can smell the sweetness from the honey and just a hint of bourbon. Same thing when you sip something for the first time. It sounds and looks ridiculous, but you kind of do this little slurping motion. Wow. This is a dessert mead. For a mead judge, you maybe would say this is semi-sweet, but for anyone that drinks wine, and even I think for most mead drinkers, this would be on the sweet side. Something that you would pair with dessert, something that you could pair with like a really big, flavorful steak, a rack of lamb. The sweetness surpasses the savoriness that we sometimes have in our Superstition style. But it's a chocolate strawberry vanilla mead after all, so it's supposed to be something that you would enjoy as a dessert on its own as well. There's something so familiar and pleasant about the chocolate that I'm getting out of this. It coats the roof of your mouth, and as I'm speaking, I can still taste the chocolate that's just floating around. This is, I think, one of the best things that we've ever made, for sure, in a sweet dessert mead category. Wow. Chocolate Strawberry Sunrise, aged in a bourbon barrel for 13 months. So one of our cult classics at Superstition, and really a core product, is peanut butter jelly crime. And over the years, we've done some really fun variations on that riff of the PB&J sandwich. And we've done strawberry and barrel-aged versions. One of the things that kind of comes up from time to time is people will be debating, do I get a lot of the jelly flavor? Do I get a lot of the peanut flavor? Is there not enough of one or the other? How is it balanced? Some folks love it. It's even amazing how you feel like you can taste the essence of white bread when you're having peanut butter jelly crime. So in order to sort of please the folks that were always saying, hey, we need more peanut, we did double peanut butter jelly crime. And this just came out recently in our tasting rooms and online. And I have not tried this in a minute, so it's going to be fun to see how it's aging in the bottle. One of the really cool things about the peanut butter jelly crime story is it all started with this drawing that my son did, and it's a riff on this kid's song, peanut butter jelly time. So we did peanut butter jelly crime, where you've got this sandwich and it's been murdered somehow. There are jelly footprints and there's a knife and this whole sort of crime scene tape thing going on. And we've been telling the story and revealing different aspects of this story as we've been creating these different labels. So in double peanut butter jelly crime, the label actually has this nightclub scene with a DJ and some of the characters. There's a couple of peanuts and a blueberry, and you're not really sure what's going on. But if you ever put it all together with the lineup of our other 7 labels we've already done, you'll start to see that there's a story happening where maybe you could start to figure out why this sandwich experienced such a horrific act. And right away, off of the nose, it's just super, super peanut buttery. This smells amazing. Like when you open a jar of peanut butter and you're getting ready to make your PBJ, that's what you're getting. And if you've ever had that Smucker's jam where they like blend up the grape jelly and the peanut butter together, that's also sort of the next thing that you can smell as you're assessing the aroma. And I don't know how we did it, but you actually can get that white bread in the nose as well. You know, it's funny that honey defines mead, of course. If you're watching this, then you know that, right? What we make is mead, and honey contributes the dominant fermentable sugar to what we do. And honey just goes with everything. I mean, think about honey mustard, honey barbecue, milk and honey. And honey happens to go with peanut butter and jelly. Wow. You know, I don't know if it's what I expected this to turn into when I first had this idea of let's double up on the peanut, but it really works. And for some reason, it creates an increased savory character, this umami that it really stimulates like the side of your tongue. That is so fun to drink and so delicious. So if you like PBJC and you haven't experienced our double peanut version of that, I highly recommend you give it a try because this is just fantastic. Cheers.